Howdy ho, y'all. So, I think this particular stream is appropriately titled God Help Me. Because I'm fair certain I'm on my own, just like we all are. Till we have a chance to actually group up and, have a defensible position. We're all on our own right now. Things are looking like they're about to go hot. And I take a shower and I fucking come out and I'm all this is why I use freaking coconut oil. Guess it didn't stick. Anyways, so we're in a bad situation. We're in a world of hurt right now, and I got nothing but love for everybody. I don't ever want to have to get into a fight with nobody. I'm the kind of guy who is just kind to a fault, but at a point, that kindness that I represent, it gets taken for granted, and folks think of it as weakness, and they forget that a lot of us guys, we're not weak. Yeah, I'm skinny. I'm a string beat. I mean, look at that teacher muscle. Ain't much there. But it's a situation that we are facing today, and it bothers me because I've done my history, I've learned my history, and I've actually gone and dug up relics. I've looked at the battlefields, I've tread on that ground, and I've held conference with the souls of men who have gone before us. I feel like we are reincarnated for this time, for now, for the power given to us is knowledge of the past. We were given this time, and we were told, and I know y'all don't think that we were told this, but we were told by God, go forth and do good works. A lot of the time, the hardest works are the ones where we have to be staunch in our representation, strong in our will. I know of a lot of good people here on YouTube. I've met them here on YouTube. I've met them in everyday life. And y'all are good folk. All right. A lot of people here on YouTube, it's got nothing but love for everyone else. And that's what I look for. Because it takes passion, an actual understanding of love, to be willing to fight for what you know is right and good. Now, I'm just a simple man. All I want for is for coffee in the morning, maybe a doobie in the afternoon or something. Help keep my stomach from trying to throw me over the freaking front of me. But, yeah, well, that and, good friendship. Those are my wants in life. I don't want for much. And a long time ago, I had wanted to just disappear from society because I couldn't find that. Now I'm looking at the way that society has gone, and I'm like, damn, Lane, you should have. You should have just disappeared, gone into the woods and disappeared. Because what we're looking at now, the intelligence grabs that I've been getting, things are about to go wicked hot. And it's not going to be like we all think it is, government versus the fucking people. It ain't going to happen like that. I hate that because I'd rather that it was not, us versus each other. When an American fights an American, nobody wins. And there's a reality in that you all need to understand. Ain't no winners in this fight. There's only the losers and those that survive. That's not a winner. Not in my book. You survive conflict and you survive hell. It's almost worse than dying. Because you have to live for the rest of your life with those images in your mind. You got to feel that pain every day. I don't want for war. I don't want for civil. Ain't nothing civil about it, but I don't want for conflict. I love my people. I'm an American. On this land, I bled. On this land, I stood. This is where the line is. This is the line I talk about. That line in the sand, turned black by the blood of my brothers. This is it right here. How can we, as a nation, fight each other? I mean, yeah, I know, but these guys don't want to be part of our nation. I'm like, well, that's not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. All right? Because the reality is, if they don't want to be part of our nation, they don't want to deal with the realities of our country, the way it was created in the original Constitution, then they're not capable of doing what is necessary to be free. And there are places where a lot of folks are at right now in other countries around the world that wish that they had what we have. And we are throwing it away. I see war in our future. Now, I'm not one for putting too much stock in prediction because prediction is likely to be absolute crap. But I'm looking around me and I'm seeing other people making this prediction. That's what bothers me. Because when more than one person is making a prediction, it ain't no good. Now, I know StreamYards are watching me because they always do. And I know Gulag is watching me. Hi, y'all. You mind? Anywho, I want to be able to come to y'all with love. I want to be able to come to y'all with happiness and joy, not be so depressing. It's depressing to think about this sort of stuff. I don't like being depressed. I like laughing. I like fishing. I like hunting. I like walking around in the woods. That's my thing, you know? But I can't do that in California. And a lot of folks can't do that across our country right now. See, it's been said by others, and I can't remember their names off the top of my head because it's just so many have said this. But it's up to us. It is. It's up to us to see a brighter future. And the reality is that as long as we allow for others to dictate our lives, we won't have that bright future. We have to make that decision. Now, I made the decision a long time ago. I won't start a fight. Ever. I'm not looking to start one. But by God, I ain't running. There ain't an ounce of coward in this here blood. And I tell you that now. I slip into my grandmama's accent when I start talking truth close to my heart, because my grandmama is in my heart. And she always spoke truth. I miss her a lot. Because I tell you, she had some wisdom, boy. She has some wisdom for us that we all ignore nowadays. And that is, love others more than you love yourself. Because the reality is, you may be a rebel without a cause. And that's the worst kind of rebel. I found my cause one night when my grandmama said, "Boy, you just a rebel without a cause." And I said, "But grandmama, we're all rebels." And she says, "Yeah, boy, but I got a cause." I said, "Okay, well, what is it, grandma?" She said, "I enjoy freedom. I enjoy love of my family. That's my cause. You need to find one, boy." I says, "All right, grandma. I'll look around. I'll find one." And I looked around and I saw what some had taken as their cause, and I was appalled. And then I looked back at what my grandmama said. And I says, "That's a good cause to have. That's a place to be. That's a line I'd be willing to die on. But I'd much rather live on." Just so happens there's so many people trying to take that away from us. Trying to take that away from the people who do not look for conflict, but are always ready for it. Now, I know I don't want to be so damn depressing and all that shit. Well, it's kind of hard when you ain't got nothing good to look forward to. And, it makes me a little teary-eyed, to be honest. I think the one thing that I always looked at as something my granddaddy bled for to make certain that I was guaranteed to have. The very thing that my dad went and built missiles for, to guarantee that I may have. That's the one thing that is at the greatest threat right now. And it's because we are allowing others to make decisions for us, instead of being the ones who make the decisions ourselves. That is the independent mindset. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and pray. And I ask y'all to bow your heads with me. Not to me, but with me. And let us ask God for a little bit longer. Let us ask God for peace in our day. Yahweh, I do come to you now, a humbled man. In the presence of friends, family. And I ask you, watch over us as your shepherd walk through and watch over his flock. Be that crook that keep us from the precipice. You are our people, and you are our Lord. By that, it is behooving of all of us stand to that, be righteous, as you showed us, and as your Son showed us. And I beg you now that you let those who have gone and done wrong see that they have gone and done wrong, that they make teshuvah and turn from their evil and wicked ways and find love. I also ask that my friends and family here upon YouTube's and everyday walks are guaranteed by you the knowledge of the past, and that you give them the ability to protect the future. In the name of Yahweh, Yahushua, and our Holy Spirit up high, I do pray and declare my soul. Amen. Now, I know it's probably bother some of you for me to say this sort of things. Go and pray on a live stream. You're supposed to go into your closet and into your temple, hide your face, and pray to God in your soul. But I wanted y'all to take part in that prayer and understand my words. Because where two or more are gathered, there too shall I be in their midst. So saith the Lord. I ask a lot of y'all to just, not be bullies, not be aggressive or causing problems or, all that fun shit. Now, I'm going to have to ask you to reach down deep. Find that fortitude, that ability, and that willingness to do what is ugly Because the reality is, the only other option is death. God himself said to Joshua, therefore go take your men and march around the walls of Jericho 7 times on 7 days. And on the 7th, or on the 8th day, you shall blow your trumpets and the walls shall fall, and you will have Jericho. He spoke to Joshua, telling him to do the hard things, to do the ugly things, because he knew that Joshua would listen. He spoke to me saying the same thing. You're going to have to go and reach out to folks who are not going to like what you have to say. And you're going to have to do the ugly things. But I want you to understand, I am always with you. And that's what he said to me. I did like they tell you, just set a Bible on your knee, binding down, and let it fall open. And God will tell you what he wants you to know. And it's a harsh reality. That's what God told me. Anyhow, let me give y'all shouts outs and whatnot. Hi, y'all. Hey, Cat. What's up, brother? Hi, Mama Bear. Oh, and I wanted to give a shout out right quick to this new feller who has been giving me some of the best intelligence I have seen so far. Okay. And that is Brer Honey Badger here on the YouTubes. He has recently declared that he will be bugging out because the situation has gotten tense. And I agree with the man. I think he should be bugged out right now already. But as it stands, he's doing the thing. He's trying to bring us proper and usable intelligence. So I want y'all to go and sub that man because he deserves it. And he is working hard for you and me. He is doing the hard things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. And he is doing it because he loves our country. Now, the name again is Brer Honey Badger. I'll stick this down in the old chat real quick. Pardon the shaky camera. There we go. There y'all folks go. Oh yeah, what'd you find, Mama Bear? What'd you find? I'm always interested in knickknacks and all that fun stuff. I got me a few knickknacks out of a yard sale a couple of years back, and oh boy. Of course, it was our own yard sale. Oh, that's always a good find. That's always a good find. That heavy green camo, dark green enamel box and whatnot. A couple boxes of canning jars. Winning. Winning. That's winning right there. I'm right with you. I love that. That's it. That's right there. Good old fashioned get her done. You know what? Those are really good things to have too. Herbal healing is something I've actually well versed in. My mama, when I was a little boy, she used to be into the whole homeopathics and all that, and I said, all right, well, try it. And it turns out that a lot of that medicine works. Not all of it, mind you. All right. You're not going to get better by simply breathing air and drinking water. It just doesn't work like that. All right. But now I see you. I see y'all. I know that YouTube over here is screwing with me, with the old counter thingy. So I ain't bothered, cat. Oh, by the way, my mama was telling me that there's a whole bunch of fines and fees and stuff involved with what was it? The foreclosures, and we only know that because my aunt is in escrow. So there's that nicety that we get out of that. When it comes down to foreclosure properties, you're going to lose out more than you're going to make a good purchase. And the reason for that is that while it looks like there's, $29,000, for this particular property or whatever, it's actually $290,000. The reason being is that there are so many hidden fees just to get that. Hey, Jim Bob, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I'm glad you come over and hang out. Yeah, I hear you, cat. I'm not a big fan of that neither. But it's what it is. Shit happens, right? All right, mama. I hear you. That's right, Jim Bob. That's right. Hey, I've been on YouTube since about 2006, 2007. And they deleted my channel in 2011 or 2010. And when I came back over here in 2011, I got my channel back. That's why it says that, I've been on YouTube since 2011. It's not the truth. I've been here since 2007, at least. I didn't used to put a lot of stock in it. I didn't have any videos up until about 2012. But reality is, that's how it went. Well, you know what, Jim Bob? It don't bother me, bro. You're my peeps. So if I ain't gonna kick nobody off this stream. That's my thing. Y'all got every bit of right to speak your mind, speak your piece, just so long as you ain't being a bully and you ain't being pornographic. Everybody's welcome. The coof got old Jim Bob up here. Yo. That's funny. That's too funny. Yeah, no, hey, you know what? I'd be doing that, but here's the thing. Like I said before, there's no allowance for bullying on my channel. That's the only rule on my channel is you're not allowed to bully other people, just because it sets me off. That's the only thing. You know. So that's why I have the moderators I do. Spike has always proven to me that he's not going to let somebody bully someone on my channel, and he's not going to let he's other than that he's not going to censor anybody, and he's very big on that too. That's the same with what's her name, Emily. She made a promise that she wouldn't do that. Yeah, no, dude, Dibbles. Sorry, bro, but I will not. Actually, no, I won't apologize for that. Get gone. Dibbles did not need to be around there. She made too many problems for y'all. Need to hit back against the narrative, Arizona. Amen. I don't censor anyone. You could tell me to go fuck myself. Honestly, it won't get taken off. I might look at you a little funny, but it won't get taken off. But you're not allowed to bully other people in the comment section. That's the whole thing that I'm not allowed to bully other people. You're not allowed to bully people on the panel. You're not allowed to bully people in the chat. That's it. Everything else flies. I don't fucking care. You can talk about Coof. You can talk about anything. I don't care. I want to hear what you've got to say. And that's why I even started my stream. You know, my whole streaming thing. That's what my channel is all about, is about freedom and liberty. All right? So, you know, I wanted to go over a couple of things with y'all. Some lyrics from some music that I've been listening to. One is the Warrior song, Aquila Nautis. And those words are, the liberty, the fire, and hearts of men did forge, the will to break their shackles free and shape them into swords. Let's break that down a little bit. That's good to hear, Jim Bob. Anyways, let's break that down a little bit. The liberty and the fire in hearts of men did forge. Well, that was, you know, the knowledge that we had grasped for a short amount of time. The ability to be away from a king who was just strangling us and not letting us be who we could be, not letting us pray how we saw fit, not letting us be close to God, because he thought that, you know what, I'm God, I'm the king, I was given to you by God, I was made king by God. You were made king by man. Man ordained you. God spoke out against it. And see, that was why America came about. We were that liberty and that fire. And now I look at it and I'm like, we've lost it. We've lost the fire. It's been put out. We have to find it again. We have to light that fire again. And with that fire, we will break free of our shackles and shape them into swords. We have to be willing to. And yeah, it is sad. It's abhorrent that people want that. Why do you want a king? Why do you want anybody who has sole ownership of you other than yourself? That's a damn fine question. I know I don't. And I know that the first motherfucker that tries to slap a fucking set of shackles on me is going to be looking me in the eye and wondering if he did something wrong. Because here's the reality of it. When I went to jail for trying to do the right thing, I did that same thing. I looked every single guard, every single cop, every single criminal in the eye. No fear. Hell, I sang in the freaking jail cell just to pass the time. Just to make it so that it was annoying as frig for those assholes who put me there. That was the whole point. Yeah, I got a good singing voice, so they asked me to do it more. Who gives? You know? Well, yeah, Jim Bob, that's right. That's right, brother. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. You know, I try not to ask for that, actually, because the reality is that annoys the ever-loving shit out of me, having to ask people, oh, like, share, subscribe. What? Yeah, looking a man eye to eye in the, you know, being a man to man sort of thing. That's the way I did it. And Kat, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. The only way to do it is to put differences aside and hang together, because otherwise we will hang separately. When you hang together, you're hanging out as friends. You know, you're being good friends and you know, patting each other on the back, having a good time. But when you hang separately, all you are is a tree ornament. Amen, Cat. Another one. I'm not big on asking for it. It bothers me. And the worst part is that to get to where I've gotten is I've had to just to break the YouTube algorithm. I mean, hell, that's why I was over there on Jim Bob's the other day. I commented YouTube is a balanced game just to get him more views. Because I'm like, dude, you deserve it, bro. You know, you're standing up for what's righteous. And you're being a cool motherfucker. Yeah, we're on the Battle of Bunker Hill right now. We are. It is an uphill battle. And if y'all don't know about the Battle of Bunker Hill, let's go back to 1774. The beginning of the actual war for a revolution. The actual fighting. When everything went hot and we went, you know, full on. Bunker Hill was one of the most heavily defended forts of all of England's forts, all of Britain's forts. Bunker Hill was one of the most heavily defended. It was an ammunition dump. It was an armory. And so, yeah, it was a fight to gain weapons. What we had to do was draw them out. We had to draw them out so that we could have guys come in the back and take the weapons. That's how it worked. A lot of people think that the Battle of Bunker Hill was a loss for Americans. Here's the funny shit of it. The Battle of Bunker Hill was actually a victory. It was the first victory of the Revolutionary War. So that ought to blow y'all's mind. You know, trying to oh no, that's too much. You're too much, cat. You're too much, brother. That's just funny. Oh my goodness, that was too good. We're all prepared out here to fucking everybody else looking for TP. Be a man. Use your hands. Oh my God. I laugh too much. I tell you, I hurt myself just now. Oh. Hey, when you ain't got nothing else, man, it washes out. How do you think people wipe their backsides back in olden days before toilet paper? You'd get handed a book, or you'd get handed a rag. Yeah, it's too funny. It was too funny there, Mama Bear. It was certain too funny. Too funny. You know, I joke and I got a weird concept or comment. Yeah, common sense ain't that common. You're absolutely right. And some days I wonder, you know, was I actually born into a country of cowards? Because, you know, I was raised, and I got to be honest about this. I was raised that my granddad was a fucking war hero. I was raised that you don't ever back down. You cannot be afraid. You cannot run away because you were a Price. And the Price family, not a single man who ever was born that was a coward. I take very seriously that. I do. Because my granddad, I'm going to toot this man's horn for about 5 minutes, and y'all will understand why after I'm done. My granddad was a Navy Seabee. He was first stationed on the Big E during World War II. And then when the Big E was brought back after World War II and set to decommission and scrap, he was then stationed in Kodiak Island Naval Base in Alaska. Then the Korean War kicked off. That's when he went from Kodiak Island, Alaska to the demilitarized zone. Or, well, not the demilitarized zone, that was the Army. freaking naval base, South Korea. There's a place where our Navy actually posts up down there, and I can't remember what the name of it was. But he was stationed there. And then just shortly afterwards, the Vietnam War started. And he was sent to Dung Island and Da Nang to build the Navy SEAL and Navy barracks and United States Marine Corps barracks there on Dung Island. Now, here's where he became a war hero. About, I think it was like April 7th or 8th. Maybe it was into June. I'm not sure because this part's redacted, okay? But I know that they was telling me about it being like late spring, early summer. Just before the monsoon hit, okay? And they went, and they were all just sitting there in the barracks having themselves a good night, you know. Everybody got done with chow and everybody was going off to their sleeping in their posts and whatnot. And my granddad was at that point in time walking back towards the barracks when a mortar come down out of nowhere and blew the barracks apart. He ran into a burning building, grabbing people up in his arms and running them out of the building, and then running back and forth doing that until he had as many people as he could find alive out of there. Then he ran outside the building to one of the only 4 anti-aircraft guns that was around the entire location that was still operable. He jumped on top of that anti-aircraft gun, leveled it off across the ground, and started firing into the tree line. And he kept that up for 4.5 hours. He took bullets, he took shrapnel, he sat there and did not leave his post and kept the fire going. For that, he got 2 Purple Hearts and 1 Bronze Star. That's my granddad. Never run, because these colors can't. They can't run. There's nowhere for them to go. My granddad was a war hero. My daddy, he built Tomahawk missiles. He built Trident missiles. He was a master machinist, and he was the best in his job. Hell, he was so good that his boss would let him drink on the job. That's how good my daddy was. And, you know, because he loved his dad so much, you know, and his granddad and the whole family, all right? When he was down in Los Angeles, it was probably about 2014. You know, he had come down there to come and see, you know, my sisters and see me because I was physically messed up, tore up from the floor up after shit that I went through. He come down there and he was, you know, hanging out, and some protests kicked off. And he was like, fuck this shit. I'm not letting somebody stomp on and burn my damn flag. He ran right out, snatched that flag up off the ground in his hand on fire, shook it out, and then with it still in his hand, bloodied the nose of the motherfucker that set fire to it. Now, mind you, this is a man who could basically get away with fucking murder. All right. But, you know, he didn't get away with it. "15th Mechanized." Amen, brother. Amen. I'm a Minuteman. You know, I went to go sign up with the Army just shortly before I had ended up gotten stabbed and whatnot in 2012. Matter of fact, it was like maybe a month or two beforehand. I'd already done my ASVAB. I was just getting ready for the physical, and staying at my brother's house, and ended up in a home invasion where his cousin busted into the house thinking that I was robbing the place instead of fucking looking at reality. His cousin's not all there. He's my adopted brother. That's why I call it his cousin, not my cousin. Anywho, he marched in, thought I was robbing the place, and decided to proceed to beat me to death. Anyways, he found out that I was not that kind of person. I'm a nice person till you go and tread on me. Then I will beat the ever-loving shit out of you and ask you what you did wrong while I'm beating the shit out of you. Well, I knocked him out. Then I got distracted because I'm ADD as a motherfucker. So I got distracted. And at that exact moment in time, he come around, and as I'm distracted, you know, I turn back and I look back down. I'm like, oh wait, he's coming around. So I put my hands up a little bit. You know, it's like, you know, I really don't want to fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. All right. So I put my hands up and I says, you done? And he says, yeah. And so I go, big fucking mistake. Big fucking mistake. I put my hands down. He come from the floor, straight up, and hit me right here. Knocked me ass over tea kettle, which is a hard thing to do with a fully grown man. Let me point this out to you. Throw a punch at somebody, see if you can knock them up over their fucking ass. This guy got me airborne. All right? This man got me full fucking airborne. Like, I was sitting there about to say, gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. You know, because they would just, it's a joke for you. Anyways, anybody who's ever been in the airborne or knows anything about airborne, y'all know where that joke come from. Anyways, so I go ass over tea kettle, and I hit a box on the side of my head here, and it rung my bell so hard. I'm sitting there coming around. I can't figure out which way's up. I can't see out of one eye. I'm losing my freaking reality, and I come up. I'm like, oh, I think you broke my jaw. At that moment, at the moment that I said, I think you broke my jaw, I feel this kind of like a smack on my ass. Now, anything you know about me, I keep my knife right here. All right, Kat. Love you, brother. Thanks for hanging out and stopping by. Anyways, so I feel a smack upon my ass. I'm thinking this bastard's getting cheeky with me. So I turn around and I'm like, what the fuck? And I see him coming at me with my knife. At that moment in time, I reacted. I just grab a hold, pull to the side. And as I'm going around like this, I realize that his other arm's coming around the other side of me. And I went to go and try and drop. And he secured before I could drop. And then he drove that knife through the side of my chest. This all came because of the fact that my brother was on probation. I was not allowed to have my firearm. I was not allowed to have my air guns. Because he was on probation, I couldn't have him around. Turns out, if I would have just broken and flouted the law that day, I wouldn't have been injured. Honest to God truth, I'd be in the United States Army active duty right now. 11B1C, Charlie Company, combat cushion. And before you ask, 11B1C, them are the boys that go on in the midst of the firefight. They established beachhead along with the United States Marine Corps. All right, Jim Bob, thanks for coming and hanging out, brother. That's good. Much love, brother. God bless you. Any Hoosiers. That day, I recognized the need for all Americans to be armed, regardless of their past doings. I recognized at that moment, and since then, thank you, Jimbo. And Hoosiers. Since then, I have been in no less than 3 riots and counterterrorism twice. That's a total of 5 instances of combat experience on American soil. Since then. That's not including what happened before all that in the militia from the time I was 18 to the time I was 25. I've seen plenty. I don't want to ever see it again. But when I say combat experience, I want y'all to understand. I'm not talking about having javelin missiles and tow missiles and all that shit flying at you, RPGs and all that shit. Saw enough of that. But that was elsewise. When I'm talking about combat here in America, I mean, you cannot attack. You cannot be an offensive. The only way that you have the ability to utilize force is in a defensive action. So you're already taking fire. So in case y'all wonder what I mean by it's already started. And it's about to go hot. This is what I mean. We're going to be moving from words and melee weapons to bombs, bayonets, and bullets. That's what I don't want to see. It's one thing when it's words and maybe a couple of sticks or some at. Great. Y'all walk away. You're made better men because of it. Because you learn you don't want to fight with anybody. Once it goes to bullets, you don't get a chance to. You don't get a chance to walk away. You get carried away or you die there. So, I don't want to see warfare. But I recognize, and I am not willing to keep my eyes closed on this, that there is ungodly amounts of conflict going on. And so therefore, that's why I do this. That's why I tell y'all what's going on. That's why I try to keep y'all informed. And I try to say, you know, these are the things. And we try to hang out, be friends and whatnot. You know, the StreamYard won't let me put anybody up in the chat or up in the panel right now. And it's mostly because of my internet service. But don't take it personal, all right? Anytime that I have good internet service, y'all are more welcome to come up here. Blow up my freaking panel or whatever. I'm all for it. Where I'm at, I don't have the best internet service. So I'm trying. We are at an hour. Holy crap. This has been a hell of a freaking stream, I tell you. I don't normally stream for more than an hour, but, you know, sometimes I do 4 or 5 hours. So there you go. Yeah, Mama Bear, it is scary right now. I don't leave the house without my gun. A lot of people would say, well, that's just a freaking paintball gun. Nope. That one ain't a paintball gun. Let me show you. Those are not paintballs. Those are lead. I don't leave my house without it. Legally speaking, the police can't do shit about that at all. It's an air gun. It's unlawful for them to even attempt to take it in the state of California. Matter of fact, the only thing that they can do is ascertain that it is not a firearm, and then it must be returned to you. And that's if you don't have a CCW. If you do have a CCW, they can't even take it off your person. Plain and simple. That's why I carry an air gun. I can't get a CCW. Yeah, Mama Bear, lead ball. Like you use in a musket. Like you use in a black powder gun. That's what those are. Lead ball. I got 5 magazines. And this thing will sling 50 caliber lead balls at about 350 feet per second. That's faster than a slingshot. A slingshot does about 70 feet per second, tops. This thing does a minimum of 215 feet per second. A minimum. Meaning that you're already slinging something twice, 3 times as fast as a slingshot. And yes, you can get these anywhere. Check this out. Byoxo77. Go check out his channel. That's BYOXO77. He is able to purchase that in New York. Can't go walking around with it in New York because they've got different laws, but he's allowed to purchase it in New York. Straight through the mail. Can't get pepper balls, of course, because, you know, that's highly regulated where he's at. Y'all, pardon the air traffic. Got helicopters overhead. That'd be the United States Marine Corps Pale Riders. Y'all, thank you so much for doing what you do. Yes, we all need options. And that's, reason number one why I brought this to the prepping community. I said, you know what? I don't like the fact that I have to even ask y'all to do this, because I know the reality is that good enough is not just as good. All right. A firearm is a better option. I'm going to be dead serious and clear with y'all. A firearm is a better option. But if you can't have a firearm, or if you're afraid of Biden's bullshit, like, guess what? I don't fear anything. I'm not scared of anything. That being said, I am utterly terrified that Biden will take away the only thing that keeps us free. Utterly terrified. And when a man is terrified, he acts on it. So I bought myself a 50 caliber pistol. I bought myself a 50 caliber air rifle. And I bought myself a 25 caliber air rifle. And I made a 25 caliber air pistol. Because I was so scared, so terrified, mind you, that Biden would take away the opportunity that I might have in the future to go and perhaps get my firearms rights back. That I went the extra mile to make sure that even if he does, ain't nobody gonna want to try and take them from me. I'm a gentle soul. I'll say it now. I'm normally a gentle soul. You ever seen me hang out with animals, or be around friends when we're having a good time? See my gentle side. I'm a gentle soul most of the time. When somebody threatened me or my family, by God, lo and behold, y'all just get the fuck out the way. It's for your best. If she threatened me, no. Somebody going down. Somebody getting hurt now. Threaten my mama, oh God. Everybody get the fuck out the way. Somebody call the cops, and somebody call coroner. Because it's about to get messy. Don't threaten my mama. Ever. Other than that, ain't much it'll get a rise out of it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of bullies, but hey, I like having fun with bullies. I used to be, they used to call me Bane on the school ground because I was a little, 3'4" shrimp dog in 6th grade. Everybody in the freaking 8th grade thought that, oh, well, we could bully this guy. No. Let me put it this way. This little 3'4" shrimp tackled and beat the snot out of a 6 foot tall, 200-pound linebacker. He was in our school. Yeah. He went to school with us. He was part of the football team. He was a linebacker on a football team. This little shrimp. Absolutely no fear. Dude grabbed my girlfriend's ass and tried to make a big deal out of it. And I was like, dude, fuck you, asshole. And he said, well, what you going to do about it? And came up and pushed on me. At that moment, all bets are off. Because you put hands on me. The moment you put hands on me, it's like, oh, No, you didn't. You put hands on my girlfriend. She didn't appreciate it too much. But she was willing to let it slide because she didn't want to see nobody get hurt. And I asked her about it. I was like, I looked at her like, the fuck is you gonna say something, whatever. She's like, no, it's not worth it. But then he went and walked up to me like, what the fuck you, man? Oops. Now I've told people before here on the YouTubes, but I've also told people in everyday life, don't back me into a corner. Whatever you do not corner me. You will see the world's most violent soldier come flying out of my body. You put hands on me, to me, that's backing me into a corner. You take a shot at me, that's backing me into a corner, because now I don't have the ability to retreat. I don't have the ability to walk away, because now it's personal. You've shown me a threat. And that's how I handle it. Ever since that day, I've not really had that many problems with folks because they recognize that look in my eyes. All right. And it's not so much, it's not so much a word as it is a knowledge. Oh shit, I fucked up. And that's what I say about, when it comes down to it, we've got to be able to hold the line and not fire a single shot. Because if we don't fire a single shot, we're not going to be in trouble. But if they take the first swing, they take the first shot, then all bets are off because they have allowed for combat. They've created that combat. And now you are an unwilling participant. It's one thing to stand there and just simply stand there. It's one thing to sit there and just cuss somebody out at a freaking distance. But when you are up in somebody's face, so close that they can feel the spittle coming off your lips, that's too close. When you are in somebody's face and they take a swing on you, that's combat. Now, I don't care what anyone says. All right? Oh, that ain't combat. You don't know what combat is. Really? Tell you what. What's it feel like when you get hit in the body armor with a bullet? Exactly. You're about to get your shit knocked in. Same thing. Somebody hits me in the body armor with bullets, I'm gonna fucking be mad. And ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'll walk through motherfuckers to get to my end. I expect a similar from my allies, from my friends. All right? You are not going to initiate violence, but by God, you will end it. That's all I expect. Because that's who I am. I'm not going to initiate violence. But I guarantee you, I am a savage. Now, let's get away from all that hairy, scary, have to do, whatever. Okay? Because the reality is we all come here to be us, to be good people. We all come here just to hang out, have good friendship, And I don't want to be the angry person. I don't want to be the man who has to show people why you don't fuck with them. I want to be the happy-go-lucky. Let's go ride jet skis. Let's go have fun. Let's go fishing. Let's go freaking turkey shooting. Let's go hang out in a blind somewhere and talk shit, and drink some whiskey and smoke a dude. You know, let's have fun. That's my thing. I love going out and doing outdoorsy stuff. I love going out and doing, like camping with friends, going on hunts with friends and stuff like that. I love that. That's my passion. I'm an excellent hunter. I am an excellent fisherman. I'm pretty damn good at bushcraft. And as it stands, I don't want to see derision. That's the one thing I don't like seeing, is that, people at each other's throats. So when it come down to it, I challenge y'all. Come hang out with me. Honest to God, I don't bite unless you ask me to. See, that's the whole thing. I'm a nice fella, but in the grand scheme of things, even nice people have to draw a line. So I'm going to go ahead and end this with a particular which I've made my mantra, and I believe that it's one that we should all be saying to ourselves, and it's one that we will be saying to our enemies. There I stand as a line in the sand, drawn black by the blood of my brothers. And there you will go, the tale you will sow, of a man who stood to the end. This is Yo Guardsman on Blame Price. Blame the air gun guy. I am signing off, and I love y'all. Please let me know how you feel about all this. We're all good people. I want to know what you thought. I want to know what people think about me. Honestly, because well, I want to know if you think I could be your ally. Because I make friends for life, and I lose friends in death, and not much else. My brother can tell you about that. I'm not one to back out on my friends. Hell, even John over at Prepared Mind, I still go over there and watch his videos, even though I'm not allowed to comment. I go out and I find good intel everywhere I can. I try to reach out to different folks, and I try to do the right thing. So, let me know. And Hoosiers, I love y'all. You taters have a good day. Okay?